Hi. Alright, so I'm currently in the process of moving. I mostly moved. It's just unpacking now. And I haven't played video games in quite a while, but I feel like making a video. And so, I've had this idea to not necessarily do anime reviews, but just talk about the anime that I'm watching. However, I want to talk about the anime that I watched in 2022 before I get around to the anime that I'm currently watching this year. And it's actually pretty on brand with my channel doing things way after that they should have been done. It is currently July, so 7 months since 2022 has ended, but I wanted to make this video anyways. So I'm just going to talk about all of the anime that I watched. And this isn't just the anime that came out in 2022, it's just all of the anime that I watch, whether it's new, old, or even rewatches. As you can see, I have piles of manga around me. A lot of it is not in frame. I sold all my bookcases when I moved, and so they're just kind of like on the floor right now. I don't really know what to do with them. I'm gonna get shelves eventually. I just haven't decided what yet, so we'll figure it out later. I'm not gonna lie, this is gonna be a pretty low effort video. I'm just gonna basically say the anime that I watched, and that's it. There's probably not gonna be too much room for editing, otherwise it's gonna be a long freaking video. I use my anime list to keep track of all the anime I watch. I actually find it really fun to keep track of all of the anime that I've watched and am currently watching. And so it wasn't too hard to go back in and just figure out what I watched in 2022. However, it's not the best website in the world, so I probably missed some things. But whatever, here we go. So the first anime on my list did not come out in 2022, nor did I watch it in 2022. I just happened to see it when I was going through my list. I wanted to mention it. Sakugan. It finished at the tail end of 2021, but it's really good, and I feel like people don't talk about it very much. But it's like a mecha anime, mecha apocalypse underground kind of anime. It's really good, and it's mostly like the relationship between a father and a daughter, and it's really endearing, and people don't talk about it, but it's good. You should watch it. Also, it didn't come out in 2022, but I'm going to mention anyways, Minako-chan. Is that the full name of the anime? I thought there was like a subtitle to it. Whatever, I probably pronounced it wrong too. Anyways, it's like a spooky anime about a girl that can like see ghosts and stuff. It's a good anime, but there's also like weird ecchi moments for no reason. It's just like oddly sexual for moments, and it's like, that's kind of weird. Why is this happening? But the first few episodes are like entertaining, but also like kind of meh. But there's like storylines or story beats where at the end of the day, she is this girl that can talk to ghosts who are people that have died. And like there's touching and sad stories to go with that. And at the core, I think it's a really good anime, but then there's just like weird ecchi stuff for no reason. But you should watch it. Now for an anime that I actually watched in 2022, which is a rewatch. I rewatched season 2 of Space Dandy. I'd rewatched season 1 a little before that, and then got around to rewatching season 2. It's so good. I love Space Dandy so much. And watch the dub. The dub is really good. I don't care if you don't like dubs. I don't care if you think subs are better. Watch the Space Dandy dub. It's fantastic. This was a long one. Banished from the hero's party, I decided to live a quiet life in the countryside. It's pretty good. It's exactly how it sounds. It's about this guy who was in the hero's party, and then he like kind of got kicked out or like forcibly told to leave by a member, and he's like, all right, well, I'm just gonna go live out in the country and start a shop selling medicine or some shit like that. And then a girl comes to live with him, and I don't know, it's fun. It's like a very like take it or leave it kind of anime. Next we have The Faraway Paladin. It's about a kid who got isekai'd into a fantasy world and then is raised by a skeleton guy, and then and he's like other monsters. He's raised by monsters essentially, and then he loses his family, and then he becomes a paladin. I don't remember this show very much, honestly, but it's got some cool fantasy action. My Hero Academia Season 5. I don't remember if that came out that year or not. I don't watch My Hero Academia as the episodes come out because I read the manga. And so I'm like never in a rush to watch the episodes. I usually wait for the season to end and then I just binge watch the episodes whenever I feel like it. I don't even remember what Season 5 covered, to be honest. I assume it was pretty good. Hunter x Hunter, the final arc. I binge watched all of Hunter x Hunter up through the Chimera Ant arc. Ant Chimera arc? What the heck is that arc called? Chimera Ant, is that right? Whatever. I'd finished that arc and it was like really good, but like I just stopped. Like I just needed to take a break for Hunter x Hunter and then just never got around to watching the final season, the final arc. So I finally sat down and watched it and I kind of wish I didn't. Like it was good, but the previous arc was just such a good ending for the anime. You know, people are keeping their hopes up that the anime will eventually continue. I don't know if it ever will. We'll see. But like the final arc, it's good. It's like about Killua's sister or whatever and his family. But then it ends, right? And then it like zooms out on the world of Hunter x Hunter. And it's like, there's so much to do and explore and monsters and adventures to go on. You'll never see any of it though, because this anime is gonna end. It's like, why did you end it like this? Why? You didn't need to end it like this. The other arc was, what are we doing? I don't know. It was good though. You should watch Hunter x Hunter. Fruits Basket, the final season. I love this anime. Absolutely adored Fruits Basket. I never watched the original. I didn't read the manga, but I watched this reboot. And it's so good. I loved. It was just so cute. It was just a cute anime. I get why someone wouldn't like it. It can be definitely boring if you're not into this sort of thing. But I especially really loved the way it ended, which it was one of those anime where like if I didn't like the ending, I probably wasn't gonna look back on this anime fondly. But I really enjoyed the ending. I liked it a lot. No spoilers. Hopefully that you don't get mad about that, but Fruits Basket, watch it. Assassin's Pride. I don't think this is an anime that I watched in 2022. Actually, I'm positive I did not. I think it's like a 2019 anime, but it's been on my anime list forever, and I finally officially dropped it in 2022. I think that's why it was listed as 2022. I had like 4 or 5 episodes left, and I tried to like watch it. I was like, all right, let's just knock this anime out, get it off my list. And I tried to watch an episode. I got like halfway through, and I couldn't do it. It was awful. Assassin's Pride sucks. Don't watch it. Muv-Luv also dropped it. I think I watched like 4 episodes. I don't know that I felt that it was bad. I just didn't care about it, so I dropped it. I don't know. Also an anime that did not come out in 2022, but I finally got around to binge watching. Appare Ranman. Appare Ranman. Is that what it's called? I know the character's name is Appare. Whatever. I liked it. I just thought it could have been better. I think the premise of the show was better than the execution. It's about this. It takes place in like the 1800s yeehaw times. I don't really remember, but it's about this like genius Japanese kid who is friends with the samurai, and they somehow find themselves in America, and then the genius Japanese kid builds a steam engine car to enter into this race across America for some prize, I don't really remember. And it was a really cool idea. There's these like interesting cars and teams and characters racing across country, but I feel like they never really do anything cool or unique with that idea. And then they introduced this villain of the show with like 2 or 3 episodes left, and it just kind of came out of nowhere. And then all of a sudden, like, this wasn't an anime that needed a villain, and then all of a sudden there's this villain, and he was really cool. Don't get me wrong, it was weird. I don't know. I still liked it though. Watch Appare Ranman. Demon Slayer Entertainment District arc. You already know it was amazing. It was good. Demon Slayer is great. I'm sick of people saying it's mid. It's fine if you don't like it. It is okay to not like this anime. But saying it's mid is just... is just disrespectful, you know? Like, it's a very high quality anime. And I think just because you don't like it doesn't mean you should call it mid. Stop using that word. It's fucking stupid. It makes you look dumb. Stop it. For the record, Demon Slayer, I think the anime is way better than the manga deserves. The manga is okay, but I don't think it's that great. And the anime goes way above what the manga is. That's what I have to say about that. Ooh, 7 Deadly Sins, the final season. What an absolute dumpster fire of an anime. Oh my gosh. I genuinely enjoyed like season 1 and season 2. I really liked it. I thought it was good, like bingeable, action-packed anime. There's like weird, like ecchi parts, but like you just, you know, look past that. It's a cool anime. But it just goes off the wall with the story. There's just like so much going on. It just like constantly ends and then keeps going forever. It just ends and then keeps going. It's like, and it's like, oh, anime is finally done. They did it, yay! And they're like, nope, there's more danger. There's more stuff going on. It's like, where is this anime going? I don't understand. It's not good. It is not a good anime. I think that I do like the first 2 seasons, but boy, it is trash. And the dip in animation quality doesn't help either. The first like 2 seasons or however many seasons was made by one studio, and then they dropped it, and then it was picked up by a different studio, and the animation just like was not as good. Like, there are moments that are laughably horrible, but you know, some people like it. My Senpai is Annoying. It's a cute, adorable anime. I enjoyed it. I think it's worth checking out. Bottom tier character Tamazaki. This is only 2 episodes. I really shouldn't have included it on the list. It's a spin-off / like special episodes of bottom tier character, which I enjoy the anime a lot. I hope there's a 2nd season. I think there's a 2nd season coming. Yeah, I don't know. This is an anime that I finally got around to watching, which was Little Witch Academia. I'm a huge Trigger fan, so I don't know why it took me so long to watch this, but it was excellent. It was really fun anime. Cool visuals, cool action, even though they're these like little witch girls. Very good action. Story, I was whatever, but it was fun. I would love to see more of this world. Unfortunately, Trigger isn't the type of studio to make sequels or continuations of anime they've worked on, so that's probably all we'll get. Life with an ordinary guy who reincarnated into a total fantasy knockout. That anime is hilarious. It is so funny. And anime, generally, even when it's trying to be, is not funny. But I really believe this anime is hilarious. So if you want to watch a funny anime, watch Life with an Ordinary Guy Who Reincarnated into a Total Fantasy Knockout. It's so good. So basically, these 2 best friends get isekai'd into this fantasy world, right? Except one of the friends turns into this lolly, basically. And then this best friend is occasionally attracted to his best friend, who is now this little girl character. But she also has this curse that just makes him attracted to him. And like, there's this like back and forth comedy routine between them. It's a really good anime. Watch it. It's so funny. My Dress Up Darling. Adorable anime. You should watch. It's really good. You should watch it. It's like, again, there's like weird like sexual moments where, you know, maybe you're into it, maybe it makes you uncomfortable, but at its core, I think it's a really sweet, cute, adorable anime, and I love seeing the relationship between the 2 characters grow. It's basically this super hot, popular cosplay girl and this guy who just keeps to himself, doesn't have any friends. He has like this niche hobby that no one really knows about. And they become friends and then start hanging out a lot. Basically, he makes cosplay outfits for her, and so they grow a relationship around that. And I think what I love about this anime specifically is watching how she feels about him over the course of the show, which usually it's the other way around, seeing like the guy's perspective on the girl, but it's really good. You should watch My Dress Up Darling. Seraph of the Ants season 1 and 2 did not come out that year, but I binge watched them. It was good. I liked it. I would love to watch a season 3 if there ever comes one. I thought this was a complete series when I started watching it, and then season 2 ended and it was a cliffhanger. I'm like, oh, wait, this show's not done. There's more. I actually bought the manga. It's right here. I only have up till volume 23 right now. I don't know what it's at, but I'll read it eventually. I haven't read it yet, but I'll get to it. Attack on Titan, the final season, part 2. Really good. Attack on Titan, great anime, great manga. If you love it, you love it. If you watch anime, you know about it. Yeah, watch it. 86 part 2. It's a mecha anime. It's really good. I think it's a lot better than people give it credit for. It does try really hard to be artsy, where it like doesn't always hit, but sometimes it does. Like there's episodes where you'll be 15 minutes into the episode and then the opening drops and it's like, what is going on? And then there's episodes where it's the other way, where like you'll watch 15 minutes and then credits will roll and then the show will go on for another 10 minutes. It's like, what? Why did you do the credits when the episode wasn't done? What are you doing? I don't know. But I think it's really good. I think when it's trying to be like this cinematic, artsy show, when it does nail it, it's really good. And I think part 2 is better than part 1. For a while, like watching part 2, I'm like, did I miss something? This season seems so much different than the first one. I feel like I've missed a bit of story, but you eventually like fill in the blanks between like what really happened. And I think part 2 is really good. I think it's worth watching. Oh gosh, I don't remember how to pronounce this. Sabikui Bisco? Sabiki Bisco? Sabikui Bisco? Also known as Rust Eater Bisco. Great anime. I think you should watch it. This is an anime where the trailer dropped. I'm like, this looks like something for me. This looks cool and unique. I love this world that they're in. It's like this apocalypse type world. There is a moment towards the end of the season where I didn't like it. I didn't like where the show was going. I thought I was not gonna end up not liking the anime because of this specific thing that happens in the anime. And then they bring it back around and then they win me over. It's like, oh, this is actually a really cool thing that's happening. Big fan. Ranking of Kings. I adored this anime. I think it's really excellent. I think you should watch it dubbed. There's just something about this anime that gives this like Saturday morning cartoon vibe to it. And I think watching it in dub just like really made the show feel nostalgic, and I don't know, I think it's really good. Ranking of Kings is a heartwarming anime with like sad moments and happy moments, and watching this like little kid struggle and like pick himself up is so good, and it actually has like really cool fight scenes in it too. You should watch Ranking of Kings. Don't sleep on the dub. It's good. By the way, I just wanted to say, not that it really matters what you watch. I watch almost everything subbed, but I like to watch dubbed occasionally because I do think dubs are good and people give it more hate than they deserve. But I do watch most things subbed, mostly because I'm impatient and don't want to wait for the dub. But whatever, moving on. Vampire in the Garden. I actually quite enjoyed it. I didn't get great reviews, I don't think. It was like a Netflix exclusive. We'll probably never see more of that. I don't think it did well enough to warrant people wanting more of it or them making more of it, but I liked it, and I would watch the second season. Scissor 7. I binge watched all 3 seasons, and it is one of my favorite animes ever. It is not Japanese. It is Korean, I think, or is it Chinese? I just know it's not a Japanese anime, but it's so good. It is one of my favorites. It's weird, it's goofy, it's really stupid sometimes. The main character and the other characters can be absolute morons, but it's also really funny and heartwarming and cute, and there's really cool action scenes. in it too, and like a compelling story, and like the way he fights with scissors is so neat and unique. I love Scissor 7. If you haven't watched it, give it a try and just like give it a chance. I think it really gets better as it goes on, and there's some really like sad and heartwarming moments, but it is also like really stupid sometimes. But it's part of the charm of the show. That's the word I'm looking for. This show has a ton of charm. The Shaman King reboot. I don't remember which part or which episodes of this it is. I just said Shaman King reboot. I'm a big Shaman King fan. I have like the Shaman King singles behind me. I don't know if you can see them. They make omnibuses now, but I don't have that. I just got the signals. I loved Shaman King growing up. It was on Fox Box, Fox Kids, whatever it was. Huge fan of Shaman King. Super nostalgic for me. And I even had like the Game Boy Advance game for Shaman King. This reboot was okay. It was not as good as I was hoping it was going to be. But it was fine. I wish the action was a little better. Wish the animation was a little better. But it is what it is. It was fine. Bubble. It's a Netflix movie, if I remember right. It's kind of like a Japanese anime take on Little Mermaid, something like that. It was enjoyable. I remember liking the animation in it a lot. The Executioner and Her Way of Life. This was a High Dive exclusive, if I remember right. And so if you don't subscribe to High Dive or have not watched this anime yet, I think you should. I think it's really good. It is another isekai anime, but, you know, isekai with a twist kind of thing. So basically, this girl is an assassin, and, like, people routinely get isekai'd into this fantasy world, except they always have powers and end up fucking up this world and bringing it to ruin. And so this group of assassins, or whatever they're called, dedicated themselves to killing these people that get isekai'd before they can do anything bad. Whether their intentions are good or not, they just kill them before anything bad can happen. And then this one girl gets isekai'd there, and she is kind of unkillable. She has this ability to control time, and she has this like self-defense power where if she gets killed, time will just rewind and she'll be alive again. And it's really cool, and so they basically can't kill her, and so they have to like take her on this journey to figure out how to kill her or something like that, even though the assassin slowly over time doesn't want to kill her. But I think there's a lot of cool twists in this show, and the way that they do that, it's not time travel, but the way they control time and use that as part of the story, and like you find out more about what's actually going on with this girl that can control time and her power. And I just think it's really, really cool. I think it's a unique show with a cool story. I like it a lot. Can't wait for season 2. I don't know why I put this on here. Call of the Night came out in 2022. I have not watched it yet, but I'm a huge fan of the manga. I like it a lot. I'm assuming the anime is amazing. From what I've seen visually, it looks really good. So I'll watch it eventually, but Call of the Night, read the manga. Tokyo 24th Ward. It was kind of meh. I thought it could have been way better. I was hoping it was going to be way better. It had such a cool premise, but it just didn't execute it very well. I did like, however, the style in the anime. Like, it did a lot of like stylistic editing, but it didn't do it enough. They should have done more of it because it looked cool. Spriggan. I loved it. I thought it was super cool. Each episode is like 45 minutes, and they're like their own self-contained little action adventure of an episode, with a story that's not really connected to the others, other than I think like characters will be in like multiple episodes. But it's a really cool action anime. It's an old manga that has an old anime, and then this is kind of like a remake of the anime. It's really cool. You should. It's like 5 or 6 episodes, I think, and they're 45 minutes each. Watch it. I think it's pretty cool. Did not come out this year, I don't think, but I finally got around to watching Classroom of the Elite. I liked it. It was good. I think the main character is fascinating. I don't know what his deal is, but it keeps the show entertaining. Rising of the Shield Hero 2nd season. It It wasn't anywhere near as good as the first one. I don't know why it just like didn't capture the magic of the first season. And I thought the season overall was like pretty boring. And I'm gonna watch season 3 when it comes out, but hopefully it's better because season 2 is pretty meh. I'm quitting heroing. It's exactly how it sounds. It's a fantasy world where this guy who is the hero, who had been the hero for like centuries or something like that, and then all of a sudden he's like, yeah, I'm done. I don't want to do this anymore. He like never got the respect he deserved, and no one like really cared about him being the hero. And he's like, you know what? Screw you, humans. If you're not gonna treat me well, then I'm gonna go join the demons. And then he like goes undercover and like joins the Demon King, not because he wants to like bring the world to ruin or anything. He just like wants to do something else. I don't remember a whole lot about this anime, to be honest. I don't know, there's like a cool like story, you know, and like the hero's origin and like how that world came to be. It's like kind of a fantasy world, but also kind of not a fantasy world. It was a neat show. Pokemon Journeys, I did not watch all of it in 2022 because I don't think it ended in 2022. I don't really remember. But it's a good anime. As far as Pokemon goes, I think it's really good. Vinland Saga Season 1, Viking anime. What else do I need to say? It's good. Spy Family, a sweet, adorable anime, probably inspired by Mr. and Mrs. Smith in some sort of way. Except there's a little kid involved, and it's really cute. You should watch it. Akabe's Sailor Uniform. This anime kind of caught me by surprise. I didn't really know what to expect going into it. I just started watching it because I liked the art style and the visuals of it. I thought it was going to be like a pretty to look at kind of anime, which it is. It's very pretty to look at. But I thought it was going to be different. I don't know why. Like, basically this girl is going to this exclusive all-girls school because she wants to wear a sailor uniform at this school, which is part of their uniform. However, when she gets there, she realizes that they don't wear that uniform anymore. It's a different uniform. But the like principal or whatever it's called, grandmaster, I don't know. She's like, hey, that used to be our uniform. You know what? I'll allow it. You can wear that sailor uniform. And then she becomes the only kid in the class that wears this sailor uniform to her school. But I thought it was going to be different. See, this main character, she's like a country kid. I thought for sure this anime was be about this girl who like dreamed of going to this school, wanted to wear this sailor uniform, finally does it, and then gets bullied by all the other kids, and then life's not as good as she wanted it to be. I thought for sure that's what the anime was going to be, but it is not. She makes friends with everyone. Everyone loves her. It's a very good, happy, feel-good anime. Nothing bad happens. There is no drama or sadness in it at all. And even with that said, the final episode was quite touching. And I think I started to tear up a little bit. There's not a whole lot going on for plot. Nothing really happens in the anime. It's just kind of like a slice of life, feel-good anime. So if you're into that, watch Akabe's Sailor Uniform. I just realized I said uniform and not uniform. Kaguya-sama Love is War Season 3. Or 4. Or whatever season that was. Kaguya-sama is amazing. Another anime that is just so funny. It is rare for anime to be funny, but when it is, it nails it. And Kaguya-sama, super funny. Watch it. It is one of the best anime. So good. Shikamori's not just a cutie. I almost dropped this anime. First few episodes, I didn't think were very good. Nothing really happens. It's just really boring. And then in the last half of the anime, there's actually a story developing. And, you know, there's a different, like, I don't know if you want to call her a love interest enters the picture. And, like, learning about her and her story and, like, the characters and, like, their backgrounds. It actually starts to develop a story and it becomes a lot better. But, first few episodes, not great. So if you dropped it like me, maybe pick it back up again. I don't know. It is okay. Aheren is indecipherable. Genuinely hilarious. The guy in the show named Raito, possibly the funniest character in all of anime. And I mean that. He is so hilarious. He has this thing where he will make up these weird scenarios to explain something that's happening in his day, and they're the most like outlandish, weird scenarios that you could ever imagine. But it's hilarious. It's so funny. And Dorito never tries to be funny. It's just the way that he thinks and the things that he says and the way he delivers them with the way that he speaks. It's so funny. Ahiden is hilarious. If you have not watched it, watch it. Watch the dub. Like, if you are an English speaker, watch the dub. It is such a hilarious dub that I think adds another level to the comedy in the show, and it's really funny. Ahiden, excellent anime. Devil is a Part-Timer Season 2. I love Season 1. Season 2 was good. It was good. It was, you know, it was good. It's hard for me to look back at Season 2 and know if it's good or not because I accidentally spoiled the ending of the series. Devil's a Part-Timer is a light novel that has ended. There is an official ending to it. And I got spoiled on the ending, and I don't like it. I do not like the ending. And so it makes me not care about the show. Maybe the anime will have a different ending than the light novel. Maybe it won't. But I don't know how I feel about it, because I don't like the ending. But maybe it's better than I think it is. Because like I got spoiled. I haven't like read the ending. I just know what happens. But I don't know. Devil's a Part-Timer, pretty funny anime though. Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. Finally watched that one. Really good. It's about a dragon who can take the form of a human and lives with another human and becomes her maid. And they're lesbians. They never say that they're lesbians, but like, come on now. Which, can a dragon be a lesbian? I don't really know, but I don't know. It's a funny anime, which surprisingly excellent action scenes. Like when this anime has action, it is so good. But it's mostly just like a funny anime about a dragon maid and a normal girl. I don't know. My Hero Academia World Heroes Mission. It was excellent. Really cool movie with cool fight scenes, incredible animation with like panoramic shots that look so cool. They definitely put a lot into this movie. It was good. I liked it. I binged all of Black Lagoon, including the 5-episode OVA, Roberta's Blood Trail, which I don't know why they call it an OVA, where it's basically just a new season. But Black Lagoon, it's really good, but it's also like not a feel-good anime. It can make you feel not so good sometimes. It's definitely not the happy ending type of anime that you want to watch. There's lots of death and murder and drugs and you know, there's not a whole lot of bright side, but it's entertaining. Lucifer and the Biscuit Hammer. I dropped that to 4 episodes. I thought this anime was horrible. I kept going on. I kept watching the episodes because I liked the premise, and I don't know why, but I liked the female character, like her design and the way she acted. But this anime is horrible. I did not like it. Maybe it gets better, maybe it doesn't. I don't know. I kind of like the premise of the show, but like the animation and like the way it executed the story was just so bad. I just didn't care for it at all. Dropped it. Cyberpunk Edgerunners. Excellent anime. It's so good. Definitely watch it. It's short and sweet and like perfect. However, it has one of those endings where it's just like, for me, it was such a bummer, and it's hard when I think about like going back and rewatching, because it is short. It's very bingeable, but like I just don't know if I could go through that again, and it's hard for me to go back and watch it. But it is really good. If you have not watched it, watch it. I think everyone should see it. It's very good. I have not watched this yet, but I put it on the list anyways because it's notable. Bleach, 1,000 Year Blood War. I am currently binge reading the manga. I have watched a lot of the Bleach anime, but I wanted to read all of the manga before I started watching 1,000 Year Blood War. So I'm halfway through box set 2 right now. I keep putting it over there because all my box sets are out of frame on the floor, like everything else. But yeah, I'm gonna watch that eventually. I just need to read through the manga first. Engage Kiss. I don't know why I finished this anime. It's horrible, honestly. and I do not think you should watch it. I don't recommend it to anybody. There's a lot of weird kissing in this anime, and it's like really strange and weird, and the main character is just such an awful human being, and he's such a piece of shit. And like they try to make that part of the story as to why he is this way and what's happening to him, and like why it's okay. But like even with all that being said, he's still a piece of shit. He's such a horrible main character. I don't care about him at all. And if there's a season 2, I feel like I'll probably watch it because it is such a dumpster fire. But Engage Kiss is horrible. Platinum End. I dropped it after 5 episodes. I liked the premise. I thought it was interesting, but like, I don't know. I just didn't care about it. I just couldn't get into it. Dropped it after 5 episodes. Licorice Recoil. It is phenomenal. Watch it if you haven't. It is so good. Visually stunning. The characters are good. It's heartwarming. There's lots of cool action in it. It's funny sometimes. The main characters are so good, and seeing their chemistry grow together, and it's really good. I really hope there's more of this anime because it is so good. My Isekai Life. I gain a second character class and become the strongest sage in the world. This is a very nothing anime. Nothing really happens. It's not all that interesting. I watched all of it. It does have some cool action in it. It's basically this guy gets reincarnated into a fantasy world, and he's just insanely OP all around, all the time. And so if you're into that, you'll probably like it. But it's not like I'd recommend it to anybody. It was just a very nothing anime. I watched all of it, and it was fine. But My Isekai Life, take your leave. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Stone Ocean Part 2. It's so good. Stone Ocean is so good. Watch JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. It's every part. Watch all of the parts. Even part 1 that people don't like, watch part 1. And if you don't like part 1, watch it dubbed. Because it's not good and it makes it even better. It's so good. Danmachi Season 4 Part 1, also known as Is It Wrong to Try and Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon Season 4 Part 1. I liked it a lot. I think, the first season was good, second season was okay, third season was like, alright, cool, I guess. And then the fourth season is really good. Like, part 1 is okay, and then I don't want to say too much about part 2, but I think part 2 is excellent. I think part 2 is the best thing that's happened in the show so far. Even though it's like really repetitive and you see the same scenery and the same parts of the dungeon over and over, I don't know. Danmachi, I really enjoyed season 4. I don't remember specifically what happens in part 1 as opposed to part 2. That season felt like it was 100 episodes long. But even with that said, I think it's really good. I love season 4. Akudama Drive. The first few episodes were amazing, and then it just kind of piddled off for me. I didn't like the ending that much. I didn't really like where the story went, but the first couple episodes were so cool. It's like this weird cyberpunky world, amazing visuals, this like crazy cast of characters coming together, and it's such a cool idea. And like seeing them all interact with each other, and then it just doesn't really go anywhere for me, and I just didn't like the ending that much. First few episodes, really, really good. Classroom Elite Season 2. I mentioned Season 1. I binge watched that one in preparation to watch Season 2 when it comes out. And it did, and I liked it. I still like Classroom Elite. I think it's an interesting show, and the main character himself is like really interesting, even though he's kind of a shit person. But that's just kind of like part of his background and his character. I'm excited for Season 3. I rewatched Burn the Witch. It's only 3 episodes long. It's basically a 90-minute movie of a series. I just really love that world. Sick animation from the creators of Bleach. And it's just really cool. I like it a lot. I hope we eventually see more of this world of Burn the Witch. But until then, I'm just gonna keep watching these 3 episodes because I like them. The Ultraman anime. It was good. I liked it. I love Ultraman. And the anime was good. Irina, the Vampire Cosmonaut. Really cute anime. I would recommend it. It's about like going to space for the first time as a civilization, and vampires exist in this world. And so instead of sending like a dog up to space, well, maybe they send a dog up to space in this, but before they send a human up, they want to send a vampire to space, which this vampire's dream is to eventually go to the moon. And so this vampire is becoming this first cosmonaut into space, and you're kind of like, even though it's like, there's a lot of like notes of racism in it, like how people treat vampires in this world. I don't know. It was interesting. It was a cute show. Rent a Girlfriend season 2. I don't know why I watch this. I don't know why I have the manga. It's the series that doesn't go anywhere ever. And I'm not caught up on the manga, but people that do read each chapter as it comes out and is current, up to date, say that it still doesn't go anywhere. And so I'm wondering why I'm even wasting my time. I feel like we all know how it's gonna end. Why don't you just get to that end sooner than later? What are we doing? I don't know though. Mob Psycho season 3. Is season 3 the last season? Is there 4 seasons? Anyways, Mob Psycho, amazing. It's one of the best anime ever. It's incredible. If you haven't watched it, watch it. It also has some of the most incredible action scenes of any anime. It is visually so amazing, but it also has a lot of heart and touching moments about life. And yeah, watch Mob Psycho 100. Shinobi no Itakai. Not a very good anime that I wouldn't recommend to anyone. It had a cool premise. It's about a kid who is like a part of this ninja clan, but he doesn't know it. But like his dad dies, and eventually he gets involved with ninja assassins when they try to kill him, and he finds out that everyone he knows is a ninja in this ninja clan, and his mom is the leader of this ninja clan, and he somehow had no clue. And then he ends up going to ninja school, and it's just not very good. But I think the ending is way better than this anime deserved. Like, the ending was actually kind of cool, with a cool fight. Also, one weird thing about this anime is that the ninjas aren't just like your typical ninjas. They wear like power armor suits, and it's really weird. I don't know. I wouldn't recommend it, but like, it was fine. Reincarnated as a Sword. It was good. If you like isekai, it's another spin on the isekai where a guy gets isekai to this fantasy world, except he's just a sword. He's a sword. He's just a sword, and then he ends up getting wielded by this cute little girl with cat ears. But he's like this super powerful sword that can fight by himself if he wants to, because he can like levitate and like use powers or whatever. But he also gets, I don't know. It's fun. More Than a Married Couple, but not lovers. This is a weird ass anime. Basically, as part of their high school program, male and female are put as couples, and they have to live together for a certain amount of time, and then they are monitored via video cameras, and they get graded on how well they're like being a couple in this like weird world. And it's like, it's so strange. It's such a weird anime. I know my explanation makes no sense. You just have to watch it. And I liked it, you know? You have like these, it's very like the boy and girl, not a good couple at all, but they like get feelings for each other or something like that. And there's also like sort of a harem where there's like multiple love interests, and like you can like pick who you want to root for. I don't know. It's such a weird show though. Oh man. Kabanari of the Iron Fortress, The Battle of Unato. That is the movie of an anime, Kabanari and the Iron Fortress. It's very cool anime. It's like a zombie apocalypse anime, but it's like really cool, and it has really cool action scenes. And this movie is on Netflix, split into like 3 parts. I don't know why. It's split into like 3 episodes, but it's just like a 90-minute movie. It was cool. I started rewatching Yu Yu Hakusho in 2022. It's still one of the GOATs. It's such a great anime with an absolute banger of an opening. And the animation also holds up really, really well. I just love 90s animation, and I think there's some action scenes that are just super duper cool. Like there's one where Yusuke is fighting a bird guy in the tournament arc, and like just the animation of him like flying around the stadium is just really cool. And there's also a part where I don't remember if it was Yusuke or if old lady does it, but they shoot a spirit gun at like full power, and just like the animation for it was just so beautiful. 90s anime is amazing. I think they should make more anime in the style of 90s anime. It's so good. Oh, I started watching Strike the Blood. I only got like 10 episodes in and then just kind of like stopped watching it. I'm not gonna drop it. I'm gonna go back and watch some more. Because it is like trash anime, and I kind of like that, but it is weird. Like there's so much like weird edgy moments. Where like there's a scene where she's standing on top of a car, right? She like she fought something, and then a gust of wind comes and blows her skirt up, and you can see her underwear, and it's just like the most like weird scenes. Like I don't know, it's a weird anime, but I kind of like trash anime sometimes. So I'm gonna go back and watch Strike the Blood eventually. I just kind of forgot about it, honestly. So this is an anime that started in 2022 and just recently ended, actually, this season in 2023. Mobile Suit Gundam: The Witch from Mercury. It's a great anime. If you have never watched a Gundam anime before, this is very Gundam still. Like, it's very political. There's lots of death in it. It's not as happy of a show as you might want it to be. It gets very real sometimes, and things don't always go the way you want them to. That's just the way Gundam is. But I think The Witch from Mercury is excellent, and not just as far as Gundam series goes. I think it's a good anime. Even if you're not into Gundam, you should check it out. Witch from Mercury is great. Tribe 9. This is an anime that had such a cool premise and had so much potential, but I just didn't really like it that much. Basically, instead of gang fights, these gangs play baseball. But it's like this like super extreme baseball, and like it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Like sometimes someone will go up to bat and they'll hit the ball and it goes like so far across the city, and then someone like goes after it, and it's like, how are these people getting the ball? Like I don't know. Like they're on rooftops of skyscrapers and they're like running miles to go get the ball, and it's like I don't understand what's going on here. That's a weird explanation, but like you just gotta watch it. And there's also this crazy twist in the beginning of the show that like I did not expect at all, where like something happens and it's like this changes the whole anime completely. This is so weird. I don't know, Tribe 9 had a lot of potential but kind of fell flat for me, but it, give it a shot. I don't know. Another anime that started in 2022 but ended in 2023, which was Spy Family Part 2. I already mentioned Spy Family, but like it's a cute take on Mr. and Mrs. Smith, except there's a child involved. And this child also just happens to have psychic powers. Excuse me, not psychic, but like telepathic powers. She can read minds. The whole premise is like this guy who's a spy and the woman is an assassin, and they get together for their own reasons, but neither of them know of their backgrounds, except the little girl can read minds, and she knows that he's a spy, and she knows that she's an assassin, so she like gets involved sometimes. It's an interesting, fun show. Eminence in Shadow. This was a High Dive exclusive anime. It is so good. It's so freaking good. It's like so self-aware of itself, where it is very stupid on purpose, and it's like really funny. And the main character, everything is kind of like this game to him, where he made up this organization and these bad guys, and he thinks that he's playing this character and he's playing pretend with these other characters. But what he doesn't know is that this like evil organization actually exists, and these like characters that he's playing pretend with are like actually an organization, and like they are fully committed to him, and he's just so like unaware of everything and like stuck in his own world, in his brain. That was a horrible explanation, but you would just have to watch it. Eminence and Shadow, I watched it before. It was cool. Before there were YouTubers talking about it, I gave this a chance from number one, baby. Oh, also one thing about this anime, go into it blind. Nothing that I said spoils what happens in this anime, but like the first episode is like such an adventure. we get to the end of it, and watch episode 1 blind, trust me. Now finally, I finished the year watching 2 of my favorite anime ever, SSSS Gridman and SSSS Dynazenon. I love both of these animes so much. They are different shows that take place in the same universe, and I think they're just so good. I love like big kaiju monster fighting, and that in anime form is just so good. And Gridman's really cool, but I actually prefer Dynazenon. I don't know why, just something about it has this like Power Rangers feel to it, and I just like it a lot. I also like the characters in Dynazenon a little bit more. So Gridman was originally a Japanese live-action tokusatsu show, and it got an American adaptation, which I actually watched as a kid, except it was called Superhuman Samurai Cyber Squad. That's right, they spelled cyber with an S to make the 4 S's, and so SSSS Gridman is kind of like a combination of like original Gridman and like the American adaptation, except in Gridman, the 4 S's stand for Special Signature to Save a Soul, which is kind of cool. And then in Dynazenon, the 4 S's actually stand for something different. Scared souls shine like stars, which I think is really cool. I don't know why I'm telling you this, I just think it's cool. I really love Gridman and Dynazenon, and there's a like movie coming out called Gridman Universe. It actually already came out, I think, in Japan, so I'm just like waiting for some sort of US release. I really want to watch that movie, so hopefully sometime soon. Yeah, this recording is freaking long. Hopefully I can edit it down to something watchable. I just really want to talk about anime, and I want to do this more. My plan is to talk about anime like every season, but we'll see. Another goal of mine is to watch less anime so that I can play more video games, so I can make more gaming content on this channel. So I don't really know how to do this whole balance thing. We'll see how it goes. I don't know. I still have no idea what I'm doing with this channel or what I want to do with these videos. All I know is that I have a craving to make YouTube videos. So hopefully I'll figure it out eventually. But for now, I'm just kind of winging this stuff. Anyways, I'm gonna go. Thanks for watching. I love you. I'll see you next one. Bye.